sweeties, it's your girl Candy, and you're watching Sweet Addictions TV. Yes, honey. And y'all all know Cousin Patches.
Smooches to everybody. Hi, y'all.
Child, so what we're going to talk about is basically what we just watched on the OWN network, which was Dark Girls. Okay, and it was based, for those of you who haven't watched this, basically, it was kind of like a documentary of, like, going into the background of how dark-skinned black women feel like, you know, they're either mistreated or they feel inferior or, you know, even
The
with the
women was not feeling superior.
So
They wasn't.
like they had a little girl, pretty little dark-skinned girl, pretty little hair,
Beautiful
and
baby.
she just didn't like to be called black. She was like, I don't want to be called black.
I think the little girl was about 4 or 5. Maybe she was 5.
She was a little older than that. Maybe 5, 6.
Maybe 5, 6.
Yeah.
But she was little. And when I seen that part of the movie struck so close to home, because I was telling you that, you know, it's crazy. It was a holiday and we gave out Christmas gifts, and she needed about this baby. But it was a little black baby doll, you know, for my baby niece. And she looked at that baby doll when she opened it up and threw it to the side, and she said she didn't want no black baby. And it was like the doll, she thought the doll was ugly. Oh, I'm playing with that black baby. You know, I was like, so, you know.
I guess it starts, like you said, it starts at home. Like, you know, because the babies who was on there, like one little girl looked like she was maybe in the kindergarten or 1st grade, and they had like a whole bunch of little girls, same exact little girl drawn on the paper, but she just was lighter to dark. But it was the same exact feature, same everything. And they asked her, well, who's the stupid child or something like that?
Yeah,
she pointed to the darkest kid on the paper. Then they said, well, who's the smart one? And she pointed to the white kid on the paper. And they was like, well, you know, who's pretty? And the white kid. And then who's ugly? The black kid.
baby.
And then they said, well, why is she pretty? And she said, because she's light-skinned. I was like, well, damn. You know, and there's a lot of issues with it back and forth. So I get, you know, with us, but we can both get perspectives on each part. And
Because I'm light-skinned.
Stupid.
Why they had some little black, and I hate that too, when girls that's my color try to say they light-skinned.
No, cinnamon.
Yeah.
I'm cinnamon.
I'm not
And why is that? Like in the black community, we don't want to say black at all. It's like, oh, I'm cinnamon.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm mahogany
color.
brown.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if it's getting out the subject, but it's still like the same thing.
It is.
You know.
It's colorism. It's
It is. It starts at home, because I feel like if you was giving your baby little black babies earlier on, she wouldn't feel that maybe this is an ugly baby. And sometimes it's self-conscious. You don't know. You at the store. There's so many more white babies than it is when you find a little black baby doll. You know how hard for me to find a black Santa? About a couple years ago, for a black Santa to put on top of my tree. There was like damn near none. I finally found one, and when I did, it was at a dollar store, and it's sad because the white little Santa Claus cost about $15, $20. The black Santa Claus, I think I peeled like $5.
Lord.
So
it was sad, because especially when you see the little kids, they feel like, oh God, you know, if I'm dark skinned, then they don't have, I guess, like their last choice or something. That's what a lot of them was saying.
And then and the women was reflecting on the fact that because of this, when as women they did not feel as strong. They felt like if me and Candy went out for the same job, and let's say we had the same amount of experience in life with the same everything, that they still feel like they're insuperior of that woman, and she will get the job just because she's yellow, and I wouldn't get the job because I'm blacker. You know, they kind of make it sound like, you know, because of this, and the world, they said the world is involved around this, people are now, you know, feeling like, you know, the lighter skin is smarter, is beautiful, and is, you know, more intelligent. Where they trying to say the black women are slightly, you know, feisty or rude, or, you know, or, like she said, she feel like she's less intelligent. I think it's how your mother perceives herself and portrays herself in front of you when you growing up.
Yeah. I never had that whole, like, ooh, she dark skin. I mean, my daddy black as shit. You know, and mama's brown. And you know they had me, so it's like you can't. Because a lot of what I was hearing on some of the men on the show was like, well, I'm black, I want my woman to be black because I want black kids, right? And then some was like, well, I like light-skinned girls because dark-skinned girls may have an attitude.
Yeah, they think that y'all more stuck up.
Yeah, they think but see, we get it too, but people don't. It's like
I've heard it on that side of the way too. Yeah, because I've heard it on the opposite side that they feel like
you know, light-skinned girls stuck up, or she's easy, she thinks she's all that. Like I stayed getting in fights because y'all know I'm a military brat, so every 3 years I was moving, so wherever I went, if I could even open my mouth, oh, she thinks she all that. So I stayed fighting because she wants your man. I ain't even got to say hello
just
to the classroom yet, you know. And so I think it's on both sides. Like from being light-skinned, something that some ladies might look at, like as far, let's say right now, if you go on Facebook and a black man says, oh, I just love my dark-skinned sisters, it's gonna be black and the berry. But let them come on and say, oh, I just love my light-skinned sisters, it's automatically perceived as, oh, that's some bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I can see where. So
it's like we be getting fucked up shit too, but nobody really pays attention to our fucked up shit.
And I guess in my household, when I was growing up, you know, because of my mother seeing herself as a beautiful woman, and that we military. My father was in the Air Force, so she kept us with a lot of colorful people around us, and she's always pointed out the beauty in different things. So my mama taught me, you know, to be honest, she said, you're the most beautiful little chocolate baby in the world. And I said, I hate for it to sound like it's vain, and I do that to my own. I always have from day one tell them how beautiful, how gorgeous they are. But at the same time, I was proud to be the color I was. I've heard my mama say some pretty crazy things.
Everybody say you had yours was reversed. Yeah, how most people's are.
Yeah, she used to tell me I'm just the most prettiest chocolate thing, and you know my mama, she's a little, maybe just a tad bit little lighter than me, but we about the same complexion. So you know my mama thinks, you know, color is beautiful. The world of color is beautiful.
But she got light skinned sisters.
I got 2 light skinned sisters, right? And my mama used to be like, bring your piss yellow looking ass on in the house. You know what I'm saying? You out there being high, you piss yellow heifer. You know what I'm saying?
So she had it different from what a lot of the stories have come at, you know, as. Because think about Jackie Christie from LA, Basketball Wives LA. Remember how she treated her light-skinned daughter compared to her dark-skinned?
Yeah.
For a minute, we didn't even know she had a dark-skinned daughter. Like, she just popped up out the blue one day.
Hey.
And we never knew. Like, well, damn.
And she didn't treat them bad. I just noticed that when Mama Holler told me, you know, come here, she'll say my name and tell me to come in. But when it came down to my 2 yellow sisters, it was always, you know, you piss yellow ass heifer, bring it on in. Quit being hot. Even so, I always used to be like, I wouldn't want to be, who wants to be piss yellow? I'm good. I'm glad I'm chocolate. I'm cute. Because it started in the home. It started in the home. And even though I have you know, I have a really great self-esteem, I believe it shows with that, because I can't totally agree that every time, a majority of the time, that the lighter skinned woman is going to get that better job, or she's going to pull that better man. I believe it's what you attract.
Yeah.
More or less than the skin color. And so I just, you know, I feel like I hold my weight. No matter what color that person is, I feel that because I was raised to feel superior, you know. So I feel that, but that was installed in me from little on. Everything, all the keeping your hair done and putting pretty clothes on, all that. And I've seen when I watch this show right here, and I see the sadness in them babies' eyes, talking about how dark is ugly, and then I see their parents down to 10. I hate to say it, the lady was slightly light. So I'm thinking, you know, this child is young. She ain't too much out of your sight. So therefore, I'm thinking she's picking this up from you. I don't give a fuck, come from me. I ain't no whore. It had to come from her because that little baby had that extra sentence. And usually when you say you like something, you think something's pretty, you usually point to something that's closest, that looks like you, or closer to you. Like that's why guys usually date girls that look like their mother. You know what I'm saying? Someone they love. T-men dates all women is my complexion. You know, because, you know, you tend to pick what you think is beautiful about yourself. And if you're not teaching them that self-beauty, of course they're picking the opposite of them. And I think it's because it's at home.
And what's crazy, I asked, like, my husband and some of his friends, I used to ask, like, why is it through the trenches when you're broke and all this, you can be with, you know, your black woman, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you get on, you go either get you a light skinned or what you think is exotic, because to them, black women aren't exotic. To a lot of other people, black women are exotic. But to black men, we're not exotic. And they basically told me it was because that's all we've been around. That's what we've raised. So when we get up, if we can get something else, we're going to get. I said, but why would you want to go get somebody who wouldn't have looked at you twice when you was broke? He said, that's just like, when you broke, you might have a ragged ass Pinto car. But as soon as you get some money, you couldn't get that Ferrari when you was broke, but now you can. So you're going to drive that. So they saying like, yeah, she might not want to be then, but I can get her ass now. I'm like, that's crazy to me.
And it's because it's what they say at home. So I'm thinking, y'all need to break that. It starts at home. Break that shit. No matter what color your babies are, I don't care if your baby was born with some kind of problem. You make that their best thing about them. You know what I'm saying? I have a little niece, like my little niece Nish. Her second toe is shorter than the other two, and that bothered her. She didn't want to wear sandals. She didn't like it.
But she used to put people. She would put me down because
you got a little pinky toe. Your toes just on this side.
No, her shit go like this. All her toes. But when she was around me, what she would try to say was, I'm so glad all my teeth are straight. The Lord made me perfect, so he just had to mess up my toes. Cause she would find shit about me that she thought was ugly and just point out, oh, well, I'm glad mine ain't like that. Oh, I'm glad I got, so he had to do one thing, and that was fuck up my toes. And I just be like, girl.
But I taught her to love that little toe. I used to be like, that's what's so cute. Look at that cute little toe. Look at that cute little toe. You know, T-Man had an Audi belly button. Had it always until his recent little surgery. They didn't cut my baby's Audi down. And they used to put a bow dot on top of it. And I used to pull that sucker off and it pump back up. I wanted to stay out. So I always thought it was cute. A lot of people made fun of him for that. I always taught him, oh, that is so cute. That's what I was saying. So it never bothered him. To him, he think he's sexy. Can't nobody in the world tell that boy he's not sexy.
So basically, you just like, it all starts at home.
I think it starts at home. It starts at home. It's not outside. It's how you build your children up. So you get them ready for the outside. And getting them ready for the outside is making sure they self-esteem is through the roof. You know? Hell, I even got a little vein at one point. My mama had to tell me, oh, that's being vain. I was like, well, what do you mean? You told me I was beautiful. What do you mean? Oh, man, I'm being vain now. Where my lip gloss, mama?
So y'all tell us what y'all think about it if you got to watch it. How did you feel about the baby saying how they didn't want to be called black, and being stupid is because you black, you know, and being smart is if you're white, and even with the guys, some guys stating that all they wanted was dark skin because it's more authentic. They feel like they're, you know, it's the black of the bear.
They want their babies to look like him.
And then some said, you know, they didn't want to mess with light skinned girls because one guy said he could mess with a dark skinned girl because, you know, he could go walk around without his hair cut, or, you know, or something. But if he had to get a light-skinned girl, he damn near felt like he needed to get a perm and a Jerry curl. Like, yeah,
I need a Duke.
So, I mean, so there's a lot of things said. And then, like, one guy, they asked a teenager, and he basically was like, they asked him, would you date a dark-skinned girl? Or why wouldn't you? And he basically was like, because when you see a dark-skinned girl, automatically you might think ain't nothing about her. Like, oh, she from the Bronx. You know, she ain't doing this, or she ain't doing that. Like I was saying, I don't know where to cut off, but basically, let us know what you think about, from the babies, from the men to the women, you know, because there was a lot of women saying, it hurts that my black man doesn't find any beauty in me.
Ooh.
You know, because
and it's crazy. Have y'all noticed, too? I noticed, like, a lot of light-skinned men love my black ass. I get a lot of light-skinned men love me. But a deep, dark, black-skinned guy, half the time don't really want me. They usually like the lighter-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? To me, I just think the whole thing is however you project yourself and what your little kids tend to see for them to act like the way they have been portraying themselves.
Did you hear one guy, he was probably about your shade, and he gonna say, I won't date a black girl, dark-skinned girl, because she looks funny standing next to me. I was like,
that's crazy.
Yo, mama probably black, and you talking about you don't want to date. That's what gets me. Like, a lot of the guys who said they wouldn't date dark-skinned girls, that's what I see. And their mama is dark-skinned, but I guess that's what he goes from. When I said I was asking my husband and people, they was like, if most young men, he said, they grow up with their mothers and sisters, so they hear a lot of this and they hear a lot of that, and he said, so they feel like they want the opposite of that.
Yeah,
so they feel like the opposite of that is
some of them gets one just like them.
Yeah, so
I don't know, teach your babies to love and to love themselves. Just teach them to love themselves. That love right there is all they really need. I feel for them women that's still going through that prejudice. I really
bleaching of the skin.
Oh, when I seen that, is it that serious?
Like, that's crazy. I see them peeling them, and then some who do bleach themselves, even if they don't peel. It's not like they come out looking light skinned. They come out looking faded. Like, it's just weird, kind of. I don't know. It's crazy. Let us know your thoughts on it. And as always, thanks for watching. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a mother-sucking friend to subscribe. And follow your girl on Twitter. Yes, honey. And make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And check out Cousin Patches at Life with Cousin Patches with all the craziness she got going on. Go make sure to subscribe to her channel as well. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. It's free. I won't charge you. All right, babies, we out. Peace.
Smooches.